Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are still working on Julius Caesar, and today we get to hear again from Marcus Brutus in Act 4, Scene 3. So Act 4, Scene 3 started out with Brutus and Cassius in some sort of snit. They both thought that the other one had wronged them for some reason, and as it turns out, they both just needed to blow off a little bit of steam because they were super stressed. And then we learn that Cicero has died because Mark Antony and Octavius Caesar are building an army, and they killed a whole bunch of senators, either 70 or 100, one of them being Cicero, who was one of the conspirators. We learned that Brutus's wife Portia has also died. She swallowed fire in order to die because she was super stressed out by the whole situation. And yesterday we had Cassius and Brutus and Messala and Titinius meeting and talking that they'd heard that Antony and Octavius Caesar were marching toward Philippi, and they all decided that if they went to Philippi, that would be preferable because Antony and Octavius's army could pick up a whole bunch of new recruits on the way if they were to wait for them to get here to fight. So anyway, they decided that's their plan. They're going to go to Philippi to face Mark Antony and Octavius Caesar, and everybody says their goodnights, and then Brutus starts calling for Lucius, his serving boy, his slave, whatever you want to call that character, who's always tired, and has him get his dressing gown and a candle and helps him find a book. And then he's like, get a couple of my other guys in here, and so a couple other guys come in and they're like, yeah, we'll stand guard. He's like, no, you can just sleep in here. And he asks Lucius where his instrument is so that he can play him some music, and Lucius is like, oh, here, I'll play you a song, and starts falling asleep. And Brutus is like, there's all sorts of stuff in here about, like, yeah, I shouldn't ask you to do more than you're willing to do, and you serve me well, and you'll sleep more later, and blah, blah, blah. And Lucius is like, no, I'm happy to do it, And Brutus is finally like, it was well done, and thou shalt sleep again. I will not hold thee long, if I do live. Yeah, I will be good to thee. Starts playing. This is a sleepy tune. Oh, murderous slumber, layest thou thy leaden mace upon my boy that plays thee music? Gentle knave, good night. I will not do thee so much wrong to wake thee. If thou dost not, thou breakst thy instrument. I'll take it from thee, and good boy, good night. Let me see. Is not the leaf turned down where I left reading? Here it is, I think. And then the ghost of Julius Caesar comes in. How ill this taper burns. Ha! Who comes here? I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou any thing? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makest my blood cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art. So it's a ghost, because we can't have a Shakespeare play without a ghost. So yeah, it's basically a monologue that's like killing some time until the ghost comes in, and just sort of setting the scene, allowing Lucius and allowing the other guys to fall asleep, and letting Brutus be a decent human being for a moment, even though, you know, he killed his best friend a little bit earlier in this play and tried to play it off as if everything was fine. So he takes the instruments so it won't break and everything, but then the ghost of Julius Caesar appears, and he's like, what? And this little bit where he's like, you know, speak to me, tell me what you are. The ghost of Caesar says to him, I'll see you again at Philippi. And he's like, what? And Caesar's like, yeah, at Philippi. And then disappears. And Brutus is like, what was that? So he tries to wake up Lucius, who's in sort of like a semi-lucid dream state. So he puts him back to sleep. So he tries to wake up the other guys, and he's like, why were you screaming? And they're like, we weren't screaming. And he's like, yes, you were screaming. And then they all sort of, he doesn't tell anybody that he saw this thing, this ghost, this apparition, this vision. He tries to play it off as if it's all normal, but then he's like, okay, well, I guess never mind. We'll just go fight a battle in Philippi. And that ends Act 4, Scene 3. And tomorrow we get into Act 5, which means we're getting dangerously close to this play being done. Anyway, I will see you tomorrow for more of Julius Caesar. Mwah.